Hey everyone, welcome back to Wicket. The first semi-final is done. Pakistan have won, and in very clinical fashion. Their best performance in this World Cup so far. Runs from people who have been lacking them of recent times. But if we go through the first innings, New Zealand won the toss, elected to bat. Were struggling early on. They lost a couple of wickets and a very good run out by Shadab Khan of Devon Conway. I think a big turning point in that game. Kane Williamson batted well, a bit of stoic knock from him, 48 off around 44, but it was required, or they may not have got the total that they got. And Daryl Mitchell batted extremely well. He was a really good factor in that, and once again scoring runs in the semi-final. But you just felt this little presence about Pakistan. That first over, Shaheen got driven for 4 and you're like, oh wait, is Finn Allen going to do what he did against Australia this game? But no. Second ball, he was given out LBW to one he absolutely smashed. I have to say, Miro Erasmus is having a horrid tour with the umpiring. He's made a couple of absolutely crap decisions, but then the next ball, he was at LBW anyway. Shaheen Shah Afridi seems to be on the up. He's still not bowling as quick as he was, but he seems to be getting that swing back at least somewhat. And yeah, New Zealand, it was going to be hard for them to score that 165, 170 without Glenn Phillips firing, which was quite annoying, quite bad for them. That one that gripped and he sort of just hit it straight back to Nawaz. He'll be annoyed with that if he didn't perform better, but he had a good World Cup, so not too much to say about him. They probably needed more from Jimmy Neesham, maybe a little more aggression from Kane Williamson to get themselves to that 160, but it was quite topsy-turvy when they were both in. If they both got out, Daryl Mitchell and Kane Williamson, New Zealand maybe would have only got like 130, 140. But they got to some sort of total. 150 was not a bad score. And then Pakistan went about it, and you thought Baba Rizwan, both lacking runs. Then that edge came from Trent Bolt, Baba, and Devon Conway stepped the wrong way, and then he went for it and dropped it, unfortunately. And you just felt a little bit like, oh, that's like that drop usually that out-of-form batsmen need to get back in form. And that definitely was that, because Baba was still struggling, I think, up until he made 10 runs, and then he blasted this nice little square cut that he plays for 4, and I was like, ooh, that's the best shot Baba's played in this tournament probably. Since then, Baba just went off. He was batting really well after that. And they'll be very happy with that, Pakistan getting into the grand final with their captain scoring some runs. And Rizwan actually looked really good the whole time. He was looking really confident, hitting a lot of boundaries, in fact. And their running between the wickets was exceptionally good, those two. It was good to see them getting runs again. They've scored runs for Pakistan in 2020s for a long time now. They've been the most prolific opening pair. They just had a couple of bad games on the World Cup stage, so it looked like they haven't played well. But no, they've been very good for quite a few years now for Pakistan, and this is sort of back to the norm for them. When they got out, probably my, not player of the tournament, but find of the tournament, Mohammad Harris. He batted really well again, just when the pressure was sort of getting back to Pakistan. I think it was 19 of 16, and you were like, ooh, game's still on here. New Zealand could just clinch this back, and Pakistan have screwed up situations like this before. But then Mohammad Harris hit that lovely, I don't know what to call it, but he just dug out that yorker from Ferguson for 4. That was the ball you want to bowl, but that was such a good shot. That was extremely well played. And then the shot he hit after that, the bouncer nearly 150 clicks, and he pull shots it for 6. That was brilliant to watch. This Harris seems to be a very good puller of the ball, because I remember Heinrich Nokia was digging it into him as well when South Africa versed them, and Mohammad Harris was just pulling 6s. So he seems to be a real find for them. He's gotten around 30, like 30 seems to be his curse number at the moment, but he seems to be getting 30 every single game, and they'll like that consistency from someone in their middle order, somewhere where they haven't had much consistency. Their fielding was good, their bowling was quite tight, they didn't let New Zealand get away. New Zealand barely hit any boundaries, and Pakistan, you never really felt they were going to lose this game. You just don't know. This team is on the up, and they could save their best performance for the finale. You just don't know. Whoever's going to meet them there will be facing a very strong opponent. Me and my brother will be doing a preview for the grand final after we see who wins tomorrow. If you haven't checked out our preview already for tomorrow's game, you can check that link out above. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.
calm before the storm. Things aren't as they were.